Okay, done. So Arjuna, by leaving the battlefield, actually really a very bad example. And instead of thinking that he is a samskara getting lost by his fighting, but actually samskara will get lost by his not fighting, not by fighting. Indecision. Now Arjuna was also confused by so many more reasons, and like many of you feel that, how can he lift his weapon in front of his grandfather, teacher? He's thinking, how can I fight? But whole army is waiting for him. You are the black cat commando, which has been invested, trained. Arjuna was very well trained. The kind of weapons he knew how to use, Divya weapons, nobody knew. He was the main warrior for the Pandavas, and he knows everybody is expecting me to fight. On the top of that, he has so many, asamanjas in his mind. How can I fight? So all this can club together as fifth decision, indecision. And he decides not to fight. And I think yesterday you have seen all the important shlokas. If you can, please cram this shloka, referring to all the five. My desire for all of you is that this is a 5-level course. How many levels? 5-level course. And I want all of you to become teachers. We want thousands and thousands of teachers. We can teach Bhagavad Gita in all the languages. Okay. Now, Arjuna was asked to something very difficult thing, which was asked him to fight with his grandfather. Something like this, Guru and has anybody in the history done a sacrifice for the Lord like that? Okay, any guess where he had to do something against the social tradition just to serve the Lord? Anybody you can think of? Yes, please, you can. Akashi, boliye.
Prahlad Guruji. Prahlad. He fought with his father.
Akashi, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, Prahlad. Anybody else? Prahlad had to disobey his father, His father said, don't chant name of Vishnu. Why not? I'll chant Hare Krishna. Today also it's like that. We go to schools and make students chant. They go to home. Parents call up principal. What happened? Why my son is doing all this? What has gone wrong? He's doing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Small Hiranyakashipus. Yes, anybody else? So we have this thing collected, sacrifice for Krishna. We see Prahlad, he has the first one. Haryashvas and Balvashvas, you will not know, these are sons of Daksha, the Narada made into sannyasis. They also, father sent them for doing tapasya and then getting married and producing children. Rather, all of them from brahmachari state became sannyasis. Chatur Kumara, 4 sons of Brahma. Prahlad Maharaj, these are the sons of Daksha, which were made by Narada into sannyasis. Then this is 4 sons of Brahma. Brahma said, produce children. They said, no, father. And they refused to follow father's order. And even to this day, they are the 4 beautiful boys. They are the ones who call Jai Vijay to come down to the middle world. Those who know little Puranas. And older brother, younger brother, always younger brother should obey older brother. But Vibhishana refused to obey Ravana for the sake of Lord Rama. Yes. And he left his country and flew to meet Lord Rama. This is priest. The Bali Maharaj refused to listen to his guru, Shukracharya, when Shukracharya objected to his giving 3 steps to Vaman Deva. So interesting. This has happened. It's something new Arjuna is doing. Husband, wife, Yagnik Brahmanas. This is Krishna Leela. Krishna asked the Brahmanas, I'm hungry, send me some food. They refused through his friends. And then they went to ask Yagnik Brahmana. They are the wives of the Brahmanas. When they can know Krishna Balarama there and hungry, Krishna is not hungry, but is asking for food. They ran with all the food. Even the husbands objected. So they generally, wives should not disobey the husband, but they did that for sake of the Lord. And the family man, Bharat Maharaj left his family in the history. Raghunath Das Goswami, Lord Chaitanya's Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lakshmana also kept his wife and, he went for Vanvas with Lord Rama and his wife was at home. So, and then there's so many Bharat. And then Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, also at a particular time this is Bharat Maharaj. This is Raghunath Das Goswami. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is, you have Lakshmana in this. And our founder of ISKCON. He is also 55 years of age, took sannyas. Okay, and launch this movement. Okay, beautiful. So this chapter 2 starts now. Till now we had some introduction of the chapter. These are the 5 questions that are asked in the previous chapter, and Krishna will systematically answer that. Arjuna's indecision, Krishna will continue, and that will be established in the 2.1 to 2.10, and Arjuna will say, I don't know what I should do. Analysis body and soul, with the 2.11 to 30, this will answer the first question. We are not body or soul. Krishna's compassion, it will answer. Then Krishna continues to prescribe duties. He will try to answer one more question, Arjuna, that this will be sinful activity. Nishkam Karma Yoga, this will be the next portion. And qualities of a liberated soul, this will be the last portion. Okay, now before we proceed on this chapter, my one request really that Arjuna surrender to Krishna in this chapter. Now, try to please relate to your own context. If you want to appreciate Bhagavad Gita and understanding like Arjuna, don't do like Dhritarashtra, having doubts about character of Pandavas, having doubts of the character of Krishna. That will not help you. Rather, find your own fault. Krishna is a celebrated personality, even for all the great acharyas. So it doesn't help you doubting him. But try to doubt your own self. The problems are with me, not with the Lord, not with the Shastra, not with anything. Problems are with me. That's what Arjuna does. In the 3rd chapter of this shloka, this chapter, Krishna says, Hridaya Daurbalyam. Krishna tells Hridaya Daurbalyam, weakness of the heart to Arjuna. Okay? Hridaya Daurbalyam. Okay? So similarly, Arjuna is such a great man, he doesn't get hurt when he hears that. When somebody tells us, Hridaya Daurbalyam, we will be very hurt. Correct? We will not be able to take it. So we will not be able to take it, but Arjuna takes it very attentively, and he says, yes, Krishna, in this shloka, I see weakness of the heart. Imagine you are in big assembly, lakhs of people are there, you are a great man. Somebody says, watch out, I see weakness in your heart. Arjuna says, yes, Karparnya dosha, my Lord, I see weakness within the heart. So if I look at myself, actually, I see so much weakness in my heart, so much weakness. Mind is not fixed in service to Krishna. Upahata sabhava. Because of that, my mind is always bewildered because of my motherly weakness. Prichhami tvam. Therefore, I am asking you, dharma samudha chetaha. What is my duty today? Prichhami tvam. Please. Yasheyaha. What is best for me, my Lord? Ultimately good for me. Prayer means immediate. I'm not looking for immediate good. Ultimately, what should I do in my life? Nishit, give me a definite answer today, Krishna. I am your disciple, Shishyasteham. I am your disciple. Okay? Shadi Mamtam, I am take complete surrender to you. Please try to understand word over meaning. Karparna dosha. Lord, there is a fault in me. Upahata sabhava. My whole nature is affected by that. Prichhami tvam. Therefore, I am asking you, dharma samudha chetaha. Because I don't know what I should do. I'm totally bewildered. Dharma is samudha, bewildered. Yes, Shreya, tell me, my Lord, what is best for me. Nishitam, what is definite. Bruhi, please say, my Lord, what I should do today. Shishya, I am your disciple. Sadi Mam Tam Prapan, I am completely surrendered to you. This attitude, if you have, we can understand Bhagavad Gita as Arjuna understood. Okay, so my request will be take this attitude. Okay. So we should be, can we similarly surrender to Krishna in our lives? Please do that. Then only we can appreciate. Okay? We can introspect. Suppose you go to a doctor and doctor says, how are you? You say, I'm fine. What the doctor will say, thank you very much. You go. You go to a lawyer. Lawyer says, yes, what can I do? Everything is fine. Yes, everything is fine, sir. You leave the place. Okay? So in this way, actually, Supriya, please wait. Okay? So in this way, see, the Arjuna is also not the first person to surrender like this. We know Gajendra surrendered to Krishna. We know Brahma surrendered to Krishna in the Krishna Leela, after Brahma Leela. Prahlad Maharaj surrendered to Krishna in the Narasimha Rupa. Hanumanji surrendered to Krishna in the Rama Rupa. Okay? Okay, so it's not something new, standard. So surrender to Krishna, like Arjuna did, take a decision. How to become a good teacher? Now, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita plays a role of a teacher. Can anybody tell me, can you see Krishna as the best teacher? In what way? In Gita? Yes, anybody? Either type in the Zoom or raise your hand. What do you see in Bhagavad Gita that makes you understand Krishna is a wonderful teacher? Hare Krishna, raise your hand. Can't you see Krishna as a good teacher anyway? See, so beautiful here. Krishna was looking like this, even though he had grandchildren, he was looking young like this. Yes. Yes, Deji, बोलिए. शंकर द्वीप जी बोलिए. सुप्रिया जी बोलिए. अरे प्लीज अनम्यूट सुप्रिया, ये तो साइलेंटली बैठे हुए हैं. Yes.
The Krishna is a very good teacher.
How do you say he was a good teacher?
Because the way of explanation and the great knowledge, he had very great knowledge about what is right and what is wrong, and he explains how in Bhagavad Gita he explains how we should live our life.
Great. Thank you. Everybody gets a chance. Yeah, Priya Gawade, what do you say? How do you say Krishna is a good teacher?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Basically, even though the student like Arjun, he was so much confused about his own virtues and all, and how to take the decision. Still, Krishna guided him so well, and that guidance becomes so popular because till now also we are following the Gita. It shows that he is the best teacher. That's
Great. Thank you so much. The greatest motivation class ever in the history. Yes, Anjali, what do you like to add? Just give one answer, everybody. Yeah, what do you find beautiful?
In the situation of anxiety and lot of chaos happening over there, still Krishna is in very calmly state and guiding Arjuna. So the first picture I resemble when I heard of Krishna is always a smile.
Yes, great. Imagine you go to the battlefield or any situation and the main man says he's not going to fight. What you would have said? No, you should have told me before. After the conches are blown, arrows are just wait. Now you're telling we would have been very angry at Arjuna. But he remains calm and he's peaceful. That's beautiful. Yeah, Trivikrama. Trivikrama, you muted yourself.
Okay. First thing, what Krishna has done is he very peacefully listen everything, whatever Arjuna has to tell.
Good.
Then only he started his answers. So that is the first thing.
Very good. Very good listener. Teacher should be a good listener. Yes, then. Thank you, Trivikrama. Thank you. Please put your names up. My Tenai. You have such an expensive phone. My Tenai. Yes. My Tenai.
Hare Krishna. He says that not even any time is permanent in our life, and we should adopt the change in our life.
Good.
He says, no, not even sadness is permanent, and not even happiness is permanent. So everyone should be do the smiling and remain calm in their life.
Thank you, my Tanai. Chalo, wonderful. Take care. So the number one, I've just noted out before I begin the teaching. Teacher should not scold. Teacher should always smile. I've seen many times. In fact, to my brief introduction, I'm an engineer from IIT Kanpur. And for most of the time after I joined ISKCON, I've been involved in teaching youngsters. And I've seen so many times the teachers, they make the mistake, they shout at the student and they break the relationship with the student. Then you cannot speak. So teacher should be always welcoming, encouraging, and smiling. That makes the student attractive. Yeah. Okay, Krishna smiling. Prahasan is smiling. Senior Uvayomadye, Vishinantam idam vacha. Krishna speaks without getting agitated. Ashochan anvashocastam pragyavadam sabhashite gatasun agatasun chananushochandi pandita. This is the 11th verse now. Krishna says, see, he's scolding, and teacher has the right to scold. In fact, Krishna smiles. You can keep meditating. Why did Krishna smile? And we can spend full 1 hour on that. Because Arjuna spoke foolishly, actually. You smile and somebody says, 2 + 2 is 5. What do you say? So Arjuna is thinking he made a great speech, but Krishna would correct him. You're a fool, number one. But Krishna says it so gently. Bend, but don't break. We say that famous thing. So Krishna says, Ashochana anvashochastam. Arjuna, you're lamenting for what is not worthy of lamentation. Pragya Vadam says, speaking like a very learned person. But Gatasun, Agatasun, those who are Gata mean gaya, mar gaya. जो अभी नहीं है, बचा है, अभी मरने वाला है, like this person who's so much, had pain. He doesn't lament for any condition of this. So he looks indirectly, he's saying you're lamenting, he's saying you're speaking like a learned man, Pragya Vadam Bhasha say, but Nanusho Chandi Pandita. You're speaking like a learned man, but learned person doesn't speak like this. Means what? You're a fool, number one. But it is said so gently that doesn't get hurt. You got it? You're speaking like a learned person, but learned people don't speak like this. So what does it mean? You're a fool, number one. But it does. When it's directly saying you're a fool, number one, it breaks. Then he's not going to listen anymore. So this is, you can learn as being a good teacher. Don't hurt. So I just compiled 7. You can make hundreds. Listen. First chapter, we said yesterday, we heard Krishna did not speak, kept silent. So that is one thing. Listen first. You understand first part of the question. Gives knowledge in Gita only when Arjuna is ready. He spoke only when Arjuna was ready after he surrendered 7 shloka. Till that time, Arjuna was actually playing like a friend and Krishna talked like a friend. He was silent. Smiles but no anger. Bend but not break. Answers all questions is short. Like second chapter, all the Arjuna questions are answered. That's another beautiful thing. Not that they kabutar tha, ek hathi tha, kahani start. Arre, main chota sa ek prashna pucha tha, aap kahan chale gaye? Abhi sunna, kabutar udhar aa raha hai, papa. Aap to prashna ka uttar to batao, hai na? Isn't it? So answers all questions. Second chapter, all the questions are answered in brief, what Arjuna asked. And keeps encouraging Arjuna. He said, Mahabaho, oh mighty am Arjuna, Bharta, oh best of the Bharata dynasty. Kaunte, oh son of mother, because they are related through Kunti is, Vasudeva's sister. So they are cousins actually. So he's reminding him, oh Kaunteya, oh Bharata Shava, Guda Kesha, who has victory over darkness and sleep. So keeps encouraging. He's not flattering him, tells the facts. These things are true. Suppose I tell you are 80%, you should do 20% more. You like it very much. But if I say you're 0, you're nonsense, they don't want to hear anymore. You get hurt. And gives Arjuna choice at the end. It doesn't force. Arjuna says, Yathechasi tathakaru. Do what you want to do. That's the best teacher. Okay? 7, you can figure out more. Okay, thanks. It was nice. Yes. And more, so many very good reasons you also brought up. Okay, now, very important thing, whenever Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, the statement doesn't come that Krishna Uvacha, it says Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So why not Krishna Uvacha? Why not it was Krishna Uvacha? Why it says Shri Bhagavan Uvacha? Anybody? He could have said Krishna Uvacha. Yes, Anjali?
I think because it was translated after, like by Prabhupada. So
No. Bhagavad Gita original verse says Bhagavan Uvacha. It doesn't say Krishna Uvacha. Why?
Okay. Then I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Yashashvi.
Because Krishna is a name, like Bhagwan is Bhagwan is a thing that consists of qualities and not resembling some person. Krishna is a person and name.
Okay, very good. So it's actually you come to know who is this personality. Okay. Yes, Loveleen.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, why did
Because
Vanuvacha?
Krishna ji had all the qualities of Bhagavan, like
Yeah.
he was all knowledgeable, he had all the knowledge, he
Okay.
was the
All
most
the six
beautiful, he had
opulences.
all the beauty. Yes,
We'll
all the
come to
six
it.
opulence.
Great, great, great. Okay. So in essence was that it gives us to be serious because not an ordinary person is speaking. She Bhagavan is speaking because we may take it lightly, some two conversation. No, the Supreme Lord is speaking. Now, Mataji just started to explain what Supreme Lord means, Bhagavan means. I'll explain in simple words what she said. Try to understand this fact little about. As this chapter goes, Bhagavad Gita goes, you'll understand 5 topics in Bhagavad Gita. Jiva, the soul. Ishvara, the God. Kala, the time, Kala. Karma, activities, Prakriti, material nature. Jiva, Ishvara, Karma are not at all studied in our modern education. No science of soul, no science of God, no science of karma. We do study time, Kala, to some extent, but Kala means something else actually. Prakriti, we study to some level, not fully. So actually, Bhagavad Gita makes a study complete because there are 5 things Bhagavad Gita will teach you. Jiva, Ishvara, Kala, Karma, Prakriti. Something about Ishvara, God now. Now, when you see a mountain from a distance, actually it looks like a cloud only. But when you go near, you can see the shape. Okay? Like a tree, something on the mountain. And when you go still near, you can see the bird eating on the tree. All the 3 knowledges are correct, but each next is more detailed. Similarly, when generally we talk about God, people idea about God is some power. Nothing more. Some power. You believe in God? Yeah. Some power is there, which keeps records of my Papa Punya, which blesses me, which helps me. That's what generally idea. That's good, but that's the initial level. But when you go more, God has a beautiful form. Paramatma, which is sitting within our heart. That's next, Brahman, Paramatma, and then Bhagavan, the sweet pastimes of the Lord. This is what the Bhagavan refers to. Another way Bhagavan is, as Mataji said, 6 opulences. Okay? So, truth about God is understood in 3 levels. Brahman, in terms of his Brahma Jyoti, energies. Next level, Paramatma, beautiful form residing in everybody's heart. And Bhagavan, the Lord, having sweet pastimes in the spiritual world, of which he gave a trailer 5,000 years ago. For 125 years, Krishna was on the planet Earth, and his team comes from the spiritual world and gives you a trailer. How beautiful is the life in Vaikuntha. So now let us go to this chapter, answering Arjuna's 5 questions. The first question, Arjuna, was compassion. So Krishna says, Deinospir yatha dehe kaumaram. Krishna says, compassion for what? For the body? We are not the body. We are the soul. Now, how do you say we are the soul? Now, I have developed presentations. I do not know how I show to you this presentation. I taught to youth for a long time. So we have 18 reasons we are not the body, a logical presentation. I'll see how I can do it. The Deinospin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha deha antara prapti dhira satara namoyate. So Krishna is giving one of the arguments here. It says body is constantly changing. Dehinaha. Dehina means in this body. Yatha dehe. Deha means the body. Dehina means the pajasara of the body. Dehinaha sharirinaha. Dehina means pajasara of the body. Yatha dehe. In this body, the pajasara of the body sees 3 stages. Kaumaram, the childhood. Yauvanam, youth, and Jara, old age. We see 3 stages. We all can experience. We are child, small child, looking out of the window from the house, if you can remember. Okay? And the body was very small that time, maybe 10, 12 year old. Now 40 years have passed. For me, I'm meditating. You can also meditate. The childhood body is gone, actually. If I look at that form, people can't even recognize that this is same me. I went for Silver Jubilee of my college. I could not recognize most of my classmates. Okay? His body changes. And the cells also die, new cells come. So what is maintaining the continuity? I know I am the same person. At youth, I was in college, sitting in the L7 big lecture hall in my college. Being scared when the senior calls for ragging. I still remember. So you all remember the days of school, college. But the body has changed. But I'm the same person. I know I was there in the college. I was looking at it. I know I was there as a child doing some funny tricks at home. You can remember, but I know I was there. But what is there? What is there? The body has changed. Cells have died, new cells have come. What has maintained the continuity? So Krishna said that's the only answer which is possible. We are not the body, we are something else. Just like you're driving a Maruti 800, now you're driving some big car, but you're the same person. The driver is same, the vehicle has changed. I'm the same experiencer. Yesterday I know I was there and I was in the train. Therefore, I could not participate, join with you for the class. I know. Yesterday I was there. You also know. Yesterday you were there. But between yesterday and today, the body has changed. Every moment, the body is changing. Every moment, cells are dying, new cells are coming. 100 trillion cells in the body. Okay. But what is I? I'm different from all the body around me. I'm the soul. So this is one of the arguments Krishna says, and very powerful argument. In fact, there is no answer to this except the fact that we are not the body. Dhira satanamo. A sober person, therefore, when the body changes, when the death comes, he doesn't get bewildered. So if you understood Bhagavad Gita and you're scared of your own and other people's death, that means you read again. You didn't understand. Okay? Beautiful. So that is the first. The answer continues. Krishna gives more shloka. Nayanam Chindandi Shastrani. He gives the nature of the soul. Not that he introduces one new particle. Like in periodic table, there are so many particles. Krishna is not just introducing a new particle. He's talking that it cannot be cut, it cannot be burned. Nayanam Dahati Pavaka. You cannot burn it by the fire. Nachanam Klediyanti Apo. Nasho Sheyati Marutaha. You cannot dry Maruta by the wind. And neither you can dissolve it by the water. It's a totally antimaterial particle. Today, what antimatter we talk in science is negative mass, negative spin. No, it doesn't have mass, no spin, nothing. No metal quality. It's totally spiritual. And that's about you. You're so great. Even sun cannot burn you. You're so great. Okay, this is the nature. Hatova. So first one is over. Krishna introduces concept of soul to answer first question of Arjuna, compassion. Krishna says, have compassion on the person, not his outward dress. Now, second thing was Arjuna was hesitating to fight. Arjuna felt, what is the benefit? So Krishna says, Hatova prapsisi sargam. If you die, you get swarga. Jitva bhokshite maim. If you win, you get the great kingdom. So what is the loss? I see only win-win situation here. Tasmat ustritsa kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishaya. Please fight. And Krishna, okay, so if you lose and die in the war, you go swarga. Although you get a kingdom on earth. So I don't understand. You are saying, how do I, I'm not feeling happy. You should be happy. It's a win-win situation. Okay. In fact, Krishna continues that if you do not fight, what is going to happen? Acharya, vadamscha bahun vadishyanti tavahita nindasya tasamartham tavasamartyam. They will make fun of your abilities. If you run away from the battlefield, at least Duryodhana and his friends will be laughing. Dekha darpok bhagya. Dek darpok bhagya. In many unkind words, tato dukkhataram nukim. What will be more painful than you? Will you be able to bear it, Arjuna? The millions of soldiers, darpok, dek isko. Nobody will say you left the battlefield of compassion. They say that you got panicked and you ran away. So will you be able to bear it? Now, this may be material answer, but then Arjuna's question was also material. I don't find any fun in this war. It's a material question. So there's a material answer for that. He's not leaving him 360 degrees, he's cornering him. He cannot run away anyway. Then third, Arjuna thought sin. Sin, in working for me, sin. There's a new thing to hear. Hanumanji burnt whole Lanka. No sin. I told you, when you fight for the country, there is never a sin. You get Paramveer Chakra from the country. But fighting for the Lord, there is definitely no sin. Okay? And then Arjuna was worried about, okay, this is clear, about sin. Neya Vikramanasho asti pratyevayo na vidyate salpam vyasa dharmasya trayate mahato vaidha. Rather, in little service to Krishna, we saves us from the greatest trayate mahato vaya, saves us from the greatest danger tomorrow. Then Arjuna was worried about something more. That was what will happen to the samskaras, just like father will die in the battle. Millions of fathers who will teach the children how to wear dhoti. Just one example. So this is difficult, no? Whatever the samskara. So Krishna says, do not worry. Just like a small well, yavan artha udapane sarvata samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanas vijanataha. All purpose of Vedas can serve one purpose behind them. Rather, Arjuna, be a good example. When you take service to Krishna, everything will be taken care. Everything will be taken care. Do not worry, the small things. Be a good example. People will follow you. Take care. And then, Vyavasayatmaka buddhi ekaha kurunandana. Arjuna was in asamanjas, that should I fight or not fight? So Krishna says, you don't have any goal in life. If your goal is to serve Guru and Krishna, asamanjas goes away. I remember when holidays used to come. Yeah, chalo, we'll play some cartoon, watch some cartoon for some time. Boring. Chalo, yeah, we will play some games with friends. Boring. Chalo, we'll go to movie together. Boring. We'll go for picnic somewhere. Boring. How do you find pastime on holidays? One thing, keep jumping and nothing satisfying. But if you make your life determination to serve Guru and Krishna, then everything is clear. There is no doubt. The famous instance when Arjuna was asked by Guru Dronacharya, what are you seeing? They had to put a toy eagle long time, far away, and said, what are you seeing, Arjuna? He said, I only see the eye of the eagle. He said, shoot. And he was on target. So he was a very dear disciple of Dronacharya, always fixed. Okay? So similarly, Arjuna should fix himself in service to Krishna. There's not going to be anything. There are a few more beautiful verses. This verse in this chapter will explain in the third chapter. Karmani vadikarase ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetubu mate sangosya. Tomorrow we will spend time just on this verse. Whole third chapter is explanation of this verse. Do your activities. Karmani, we have a right only to do your duties, but you have no right on the fruits. So whenever you do activity, you want some honor, prestige and all, you will lose your service. That pride will destroy you. Always act as the instrument for the Lord. Ma karmaphala, never desire the fruit of the activities. Mata sangvasta akarmani, and never become akarmani. Akarmani means become lazy. Because all the phala you have to give it to the Lord. Phala belongs to the Lord. Then I will not do work. I work. So tomorrow we discuss this. Full discussion on 2.47 tomorrow. Okay. Karma Yoga. Very interesting. Arjuna also asks at the end of this chapter, Krishna, can you tell me what are the symptoms of a self-realized soul? So Krishna tells, he says, Siddhaprajna se ka bhasha. Arjuna's question is, how do self-realized people speak? Ka bhasha kim rajeta. How do they walk? How do they sit? Tell me something. So Krishna answers, Prajati yada kaman. They give up all variety of the desire for sense enjoyment. Sarva partha manogatan, knowing these are only hallucinations of the mind. There is no happiness in sense enjoyment, like mirage in the desert. It doesn't exist except in the mind. Atmani evatmana tushtaha. Atmani evatmana tushtaha. Person becomes fully self-satisfied within it. Siddha prajna sochite. That person is called self-realized. This is the definition Krishna gives. Like great example is Prahlad Maharaj, always peaceful and happy inside in his heart. Okay? And our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he was living alone in Vrindavan, taken sannyas, meditating on the order of Guru to spread Gita all around the world. He's so elderly now. Nothing has happened, 70 years. He's very peaceful and happy, and he was writing beautiful books. In fact, this picture is taken much later. After he came back to Vrindavan, after establishing ISKCON, he sat in the same place he used to sit, same desk. He didn't have all this plates and all at that time. He was like a sannyasi, very, very difficult position. Okay. How can supposedly harmless contemplation turn to insight to lust and anger a cause? Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so harmless. So, hey, tell everybody to start. Harmless contemplation turn into insatiable lust and anger cause one's fall down. So the Krishna explains something very important element. We have a presentation, 27 techniques of mind control. Okay. So Krishna explains it very interesting. In fact, when I teach in the colleges, people like this verse very much. If they do not understand, this is so scientific. Dhyayato, first thing is contemplation. When you look at out of curiosity, some sense object. Sangha, we get attached. Like this girl was walking, he started staring, curiosity. Oh, and then he approaches her. Sangaste shupajayate. Take attachment develop. Sangha sanchayate kama. And then develop lust. Kama krodha vijayate. Now krodha, somebody else is involved now, I'm getting angry. Krodha bhavati sammoha. Then the mind get bewildered, hypnotized. And when you become angry, you lose control. You almost you have stopped functioning. This department stops functioning. Sammoha smriti vibramaha. You lose your memory then. You lose your memory, then next you lose your intelligence and you fall down, become crazy. So you can contemplate anything, cigarette, liquor, girls, anything starts with the curiosity, then addiction develops and we lose ourselves. So these are the stages. First is the contemplation leads to attachment, then to lust, then to anger, then to delusion, then the memory is lost, intelligence lost, person falls down. So nobody falls down in a moment, but gradually a person collapses. So take care. Always mind is absorbed in some good activities. And then you can be safe from one moment of opening, excuse me, is enough to destroy our life. So if we can keep ourselves busy in good work, and greatest good work is Krishna consciousness, you can be safe from fall down. So this was the chapter today. In summary, compassion. And Krishna answered, we are not the body in these 20 verses. Arjuna said, no enjoyment. Krishna says, well, enjoyment, you are heaven or kingdom. Fear of sinful activities. In service to the Lord, there is no sin. Destruction of family tradition. Krishna says, rather be a good role model and prevent a Varna Shankara being formed. And indecision. Krishna says, better serve the Lord with firm determination. There is no indecision. Thank you. Yes, Hare Krishna. Now I can take any question. Anything you cannot understand. Madana DR, your question was why Krishna has created this world. See that. Krishna doesn't create this world to suffer. Krishna creates. Okay, the first question is Madana. You can understand Madana? Yes. See, Krishna creates the world to give us an opportunity to love him. It's our choice. So like father creates a son to love him and be happy. He's ready to take care. But the son walks out of the house, it is his problem. So let us not point finger at Krishna, except that I am the cause of the problem. Atma kritam vipakam. Stop this rubbish business of finding fault with others and God. We are the cause of all our problems, either mental or physical. We are the cause. We are not some great people as we imagine we are. Everybody thinks a good man. We are not good man. We have to become a good man. If you are unhappy, it is because of our own foolish activities. Okay? So our own foolishness to leave the lotus feet of the Lord and roam around. It is not Lord to blame. It is we to blame. Okay? So please stop finding fault to the Lord. It is we who made the mess. Okay. Madanji, it makes sense. You can raise your hand if anything is there. Okay, how to detach from someone? Yashda, detachment, what we are expecting is affection, not attachment. See, attachment is a sign of weakness. Like Duryodhana knew that Dhritarashtra is attached to him. That's a sign of his weakness. Dhritarashtra had a frustration within his system. That is weakness. And Duryodhana took full advantage. If you're attached to your wife, she will make you dance like this. Anna? So don't. You're attached to your children, they will also not follow any rules, regulation. They'll do whatever you want. So what we need is actually affection, not attachment. So try to have affection. Like Vidura had affection for Dhritarashtra. He always gave good counsel to Dhritarashtra, but Dhritarashtra didn't listen. He was detached. And one day he was insulted by Duryodhana in the palace. That Vidura just walked away. He said, no use, I can't speak anything here, nobody listening. And then later he came back, after the war he came back, again counseled Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra listened now. And he became liberated. Okay? So in that way. How can one control lust? Saumya Deep, Maitri, we can control lust. How do we do that? Stop contemplating. And how do we stop contemplating? Usually busy. Okay, I asked for sannyasi this question, very elder sannyasi. He gave me 4 answers. Number one, it says be always absorbed in whatever services you have. Take it. Number two, have good relation with the good people around you. Then always have a good target, some challenging target to do. And always get up early morning and do your sadhana. The four things: get up early morning, do your sadhana, early to bed, early to rise, makes person healthy, wealthy, wise. You get up early morning, you can sit and chant. Early bird is better than night owl. That's medically also known. Ask all the great success people, they all get up very early. Number two, always have good relation to good people around you. That will help you, because why do people jump on somebody lust? Because they think, koi to ho, suna mere ko, and they get cheated. So have good relation people around you. That's like we as brahmacharis, we are very respectful to all other Vaishnavas around us. And then third, have a target which is challenging in service to the Lord. Take not some stupid target. And have a very good sadhana. Good sadhana, absorption work, challenging, and a target. Okay, challenging. And good affectionate relationship to the Vaishnavas. Okay. Please give some light on anger, Prabhuji. I'm chanting, but I could not fix it. Anger comes, Shuchi, because there is some frustration within our heart. So we should please introspect. There is something. And sense gratification actually causes frustration. So, and you cannot change in a day. Arjuna asked question in the 3rd chapter, Krishna, why is it that I don't want to do something, but I do it as if something by force? So Krishna says, Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajoguna samudhava. It comes from Rajoguna. Rajoguna means you're not doing sinful activity. Inside there is a lot of intense desire, frustration. So you can come out of Rajoguna by gradually coming to Sattva-guna, which we'll be discussing in Bhagavad Gita. By keeping your life clean, physically and mentally, slowly you can rise to Sattva-guna. 4th point, please, Varna Shankara. Yesterday, which was being discussed, Varna Shankara. Varna Shankara means good for nothing. Okay? So Arjuna was very worried that Varna Shankara will be formed because the father will be killed in the battlefield. Yes. So Krishna says, rather, you become a gentleman and give a good example. Now, if you run away from the battlefield, whole society will become Varna Shankara. They will be good for nothing. They will not do any duties and responsibilities, correct? Varna means some responsibility, either as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. If the people run away from responsibility, they call Varna Shankara. That's what Arjuna felt. So it will happen to the society. If he kills a parent, children are untrained and they become Varna Shankara. So Arjuna Krishna is saying they will become Varna Shankara not by fighting, rather by not fighting. Because you give such a bad example. Nobody do any duties and responsibilities. Whole society will become Varna Shankara, Priya. Prabhuji, Ayushi, anybody, if I'm not answering your question properly, please raise your hand. I will again come back to you. Okay? Forgive me. Prabhuji, I work for animals as I am feed and rescue, but how many I am very much attached to them? Every single thing that happens with them gets me in very low level. How do I cope up with it? Yes, take care. Take care. Take care. Affection, not attachment. You cannot control. Who will rescue us in Kali Yuga? Hiya, Jichak, Harinama. And today was Gaura Purnima, appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We'll explain that slowly. What is Shaivism and Vaishnavism? Saurav Kumar. Saurav, abhi hum uske bare mein kya baat ki hai? Hum to bole the Hare Krishna mantra ka jaap karo. Okay? Okay, laziness. Okay. I heard from someone that girls should not chant Gayatri Mantra, as it is not true. See, in ISKCON, we give Gayatri to girls also. Don't bother. We don't care for all this smarta or this silly regulations. ISKCON is the only organization, perhaps, where girls also get Gayatri and they also chant. After some time, we give Hare Krishna mantra first. When they become Sattvic, give them Gayatri mantra, second Diksha. Those are wearing Tulsi Mala but also eating meat, was that fair? See, when you wear Kanti Mala, it is very dear to the Lord, great servant of the Lord. So we should not put anything bad outside this neck down, and nothing bad should come out of this mouth. That's really ideal. Tulsi is very pure. Take care. Really enjoyed the class. The thought is so much okay. Thank you. What is the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Ji? Bhagavad. Okay, Bhagavad is a next book which we study in Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, every day morning, 8 o'clock, we have class on Bhagavatam. You can write to me. I give you my number. I'll give you the link. I take the class in morning of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8 o'clock morning. And night, 8 o'clock is Chaitanya Charitamrita. the life and teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? And for that, it also goes on every day in the temple link t.ly/temple. How can one become close to Lord Krishna? How to fix our mind permanently in Krishna consciousness? Krishna, you have a name itself. Close to, dear to Krishna. Do something that Krishna is very pleased. And the easiest thing is chant the name of the Lord. In the 12th chapter, read the last 8 verses. Krishna says, such a person is very, very dear to me. That's called Priya Ashtaka. What is the chapter? Chapter number 12. Read, please, last 8 verses. Krishna says, person is very dear to me. In the 18th chapter, Krishna says, person become very dear to me. So today you missed the big festival. And you can see big cakes, eggless cakes we offer to Gaura Nitai, Radha Krishna. You can see. Fix your mind permanently. So in the 18th chapter, Krishna says that person become very dear to me if you spread the message of Bhagavad Gita. How does one find oneself? I mean, the reason of my birth, Akash Mehta. Why I'm born. I failed the exam of death, therefore I'm born in this world. Suppose somebody is again in the college, that means he is supplementary again. He could not pass the exam of death. But still I'm not having desire to serve the Lord. So I'm again. Just like who stays in the jail, who doesn't want to obey the king. How to increase focus, how to be as focused as Arjuna. First, you should understand what's the goal of life. Our goal of life is, when I go to college, I ask students, what's the goal of your life? So the goal of my life is, I want one Audi. First, forget all the silly things. Have a great goal, which you can whole world will come behind if you have that. Yes, Yashoda is interested. Bhagavata classes. Yes, we will do that. You write to me, please. I'll give my number again. Okay, how to control Lobha. Only the line on lesson 12 and 18, Prabhuji. Yeah, Sunita, I gave some of them. Okay, okay, this is my number again. I'm tired of hearing my voice. Nobody wants to ask a question. 141. This is my number. Yes. Yes, Olivia Mitra.
Hello. Yes, Prabhuji. So I was just want to know how to
Yes, Olivia
join
Mitra.
Chaitanya. Yeah, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So I want to know means how to join the Chaitanya Charitamrita
Okay, sorry.
class.
I could not hear your voice. Yeah, Olivia Mitra, can you say again?
Yeah, so I want to know means how to join your Chaitanya Charitamrita class means what
You
is the
like that?
procedure?
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to join.
That is, see, actually, it's a link which I don't know whether you will be able to note down now. Can you write to me? I'll send my number again. It'll cost, because that's a very advanced literature. So you write to me, I'll send you the link. Take it? Others will get confused. Okay. This is the book Chaitanya Charitamrita, the golden one, and the black one is the Srimad Bhagavatam, and this is your Bhagavad Gita. Now you compare one book, so many. Both are encyclopedia. This one small book, Bhagavad Gita, is like beginning, and it will take us 3 years to study this book, 5 levels. Yes, you write to me, everybody. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? No questions? No questions? Then everybody is happy today? Yes, Mahesh. What is your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So actually, I want to, can you please repeat your phone number, please?
I have put here how many times? Mere ko to famous kar do. 140. Can you see that? This is my number. This is also my WhatsApp number. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
You said we have to remove all the doubts. We should not have any doubts, and we should
Yeah, otherwise live with
doubt
doubts.
ourselves.
This is so
Yeah, but
great.
we have
No?
from so many years we have developed so many doubts. Suddenly, how can we? I mean, what is that we have to do to remove the doubts?
Search for a guru. See what happens. See, Arjuna had a doubt. He stop the war. Look at the greatness. He had a doubt whether he's doing right or wrong. He said, please wait a minute. I don't want to do things in confusion. I want to be clear whether I'm doing some right thing. It looks to me very strange, fighting with my grandfather. I don't want to do that. I don't know whether this is right what I'm doing, isn't it? Stop the war, please. I don't know. But just like some people work with fever, they go to college or hospital. They go to the office even they have a fever. No, go to hospital, get cured, then go, isn't it? Suppose you get 105 fever. Would you go to college? No, you'll go to hospital. So that's why we
What
see.
is the process that I can remove my doubts? Because we have
Yes.
so many years, we have how to uncondition myself. Like we are conditioned to doubt things. And
Now you come to Krishna. Now he will remove all your doubts. You come to the right place. He removed doubts of Arjuna. He'll remove your doubts also. Just give me 1 minute. A lot of hitchki, some water, and.
Sorry.
Prabhuji, I lost my baby in January. I understand he was not mine, is not in Krishna's abode, but as soon as I close my eyes, full of his memory. Suchi, it's very, very unfortunate what happened. We all also feel very sad. And it take many years for you to be realistically to overcome this very unfortunate incident. You are soft heart and it pains. It hurts for years. But if you can understand Bhagavad Gita, there is nothing lamentable in kingdom of God. Nothing lamentable. Some reason Krishna wanted him to experience maybe your motherhood for a few days, and now Krishna has taken the child in some other situation. So our calculation is always in one perspective. Krishna has an overall perspective, bringing a child back at his lotus feet. Sometimes we don't understand. Like in life, I want to become more famous. I want to be happy. We have our own plan. Just for you. Now, just think about your own self. Now, not about the child I told. He has gone to the another destination for another opportunity, totally under Krishna's control. But look at our own self. So it's a painful experience, but this experience, take it in proper perspective, convinces us the world is so temporary. Okay, nothing lamentable. Some lesson is there. Prerna Mistri had a question. Let us say that someone in the early stage of their life indulged in eating meat or drinking, left everything and turned towards Krishna consciousness. However, is that one may have lived in ignorance? Would that person have to pay for it in the afterlife? Would such a person have a chance of retaining God's support? You're talking about me, actually. You think I was born some heaven, some saint? I was also like that. And my parents were very Brahminical, but in college I learned how to eat meat. Outside people are having big feast, reminding them I'm having good time with my students, so don't disturb. Okay, so it's left to Krishna. In fact, say you come late for the class. Teacher, you can ask two things. Teacher, I'm sorry, I got late. That is one way. Greater ways, my Lord, my teacher, punish me so severely that I don't come late for the class again. Now, this business of sorry, let us stop. This is for small kids. Pray to the Lord, my Lord. In my ignorance and foolishness, I did some sinful activities. If you want, please punish me so severely that don't do this foolish thing again. You want to reform. Don't be scared of punishment if it helps you reform. If you feel, my Lord, a few slaps will help me become a gentleman, proceed. Say the child has become a drunkard or a drug addict, and somebody is counseling him, counselor, and he asks you permission to you, your child, I may have to slap, he's talking nonsense. I remember I teach in one of the taught, now I don't teach, in one of the famous colleges, the NITK. It's like IIT, one of the top colleges of India. And after my class, I was standing in the bus stand and a boy came running to me. He said, yes, sir, have you taken drugs? I said, no. Then how did you say in the class, don't do it? You know how happiness is there? What do I do? What do you see? Is what will give him 2-3 slaps. So sometimes you may. So similarly, the life is some slapping is useful. Say, God, proceed, punish me so that I don't do sinful activity again. Don't worry, Christy, we're not talked about Shiva or Krishna today. Today talk was very simple about soul. Not now, later we'll talk. God Krishna attracts his devotee, that's why the name is Krishna. Akashati iti Krishna. He attracts everything. So God cannot be two. Christy, slowly you will understand. What is God? You have to understand first. Okay. Any other questions? No other questions?
Okay, thank you.
8 o'clock tomorrow, 8 to 8:30, I'll explain to you 18 reasons we are not the body. Okay, you're all ready? Those who are interested, come at 8 o'clock. Okay, 18 reasons we are not the body. At 8:30, they will start the shloka, chanting and all other things. Okay? So, admins, can you take care of that? Pravina?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Put up 18 reasons we are not the body. I'll start tomorrow 8 o'clock. Same link. Yes, same link. t.ly/nama. That's the short form of this link. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Let us chant together Hare Krishna a few times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Please keep chanting. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Meet tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Those who class will start at 9, but those who have time, come at 8. We will do.